Howdy folks, welcome back to SnowRunner. We are on Urska River, picking up where we left off, with a little exception. And I'll show you that in just a moment. The Kraz is still where I left the Kraz, but I have need of a truck with a low saddle. So I've got something at the garage. I think we're going to move to the truck at the garage and then knock out. It's kind of wrong direction for the Kraz to come down here and get landslide near the quarry and landslide on the highway. Oh, and there's at the apex too. I want the Kraz to go up here toward quid pro quo and then get the upgrade and then get that one and so on and so forth. And then swing around here, come through here, you know. So what I'm going to do is take this truck, run it across the bottom, go up here. I'm not sure what's up with at the apex. If I need to run up there and grab that job, I guess give it a try, but then do landslide on the highway, landslide near the quarry, and then come in here and just go down the hill and across to this warehouse. I've got a trailer on there. I can haul rolled steel over to the metal production and fix these bridges. Probably not in this episode, but I'll have the truck there. I'll use it to do this and then leave it over there. So let's get going. Sit here talking too much. All right. We'll come back to this. Let's hop into this Kenny and knock out of those other spots. This gooseneck is the only trailer I can carry with the crane there. Any wide square nose is not going to clear the crane. Because I originally had the 6-spot quad axle on it, and then I realized I'm not going to be able to turn corners. I thought the 6-spot, I could haul 8 rolls of metal over. Let's make sure if I turn right and go up the hill, I'm doing it correctly. Yeah. I've already got that job, so I don't have to worry about that. At the apex. I wonder if that's associated with another job or something. Looks like there's a vehicle up there. All right, let's go. As far as turning rolled steel into metal beams, I'm thinking just job per job basis rather than taking over, you know, spending a whole episode or a half an episode to get over a big trailer. Maybe do one 10-spot load in a later episode after I initially get the bridges open, get the routes open, and then spend the time to fight with one big 10-spot load of rolled steel. Because it will be a fight. Getting it up that tiny, twisty trail to the metal production plant. You know, for something like that, it might be easier to make my own road up the side of the mountain. That comes out right at the gate, and I can go straight in. That spot there will get you every time. The right side of the road drops off. This is another bad one. And then this one, your choices are hit the rocks or hit the pole. Come on, come to the right. No, it's not going to do it. Whoops. Hit the button too hard. Or the stick. The Kenny did get an update. Couple things. That really nice looking bumper is standard now. You have to pay to take it off. What else? There's 2 sets of new wheels, a 57-inch and a 65-inch in a custom mud tire. They look really radical. The mod developer made them himself, designed the tread pattern, would have had to draw it out line per line. And then produce a 3D image from it and all that. So that's a lot of work. But the only reason they're not on the truck is because they don't have ice traction. Otherwise they'd be on here because they're wide, got a real flat tread surface, except for the tread pattern, but they're real wide, square-shouldered, lots of big knobs right on the shoulder. Just no ice traction. I'd be slipping and sliding all over the place right now. All right. I think this is where we would go up to Apex. We might as well do it. We can do Apex. I can drop my trailer, do Apex, do landslide on the highway, and then figure out a way to go around. Oh gosh, there's Unlucky Expedition up here too. I thought I already snagged that somewhere else, but it's not in my list. Dang. More than I thought I'd have to do. We could go around this landslide by going through here and come out to this one and hit Unlucky Expedition on the way. I could do these three, Apex, Unlucky, and this landslide with my trailer sitting here, and then come back and snag my trailer and go down here, through here, grab this one, probably leave my trailer here, and then turn around and come back through here to get over there. Okay? Okay. I can move my trailer up a little closer. All right. Drop trailer. I was talking about the changes to this. I spoke about the wheels, the tires. And the other thing, let's see, the bumper is standard now. You don't have to buy it. I think that's about it. The wheels and the bumpers. And I think I haven't loaded anything yet in this short bed. I'm hoping that he fixed, I know he fixed the brake because look, I just used it and boom, it stopped. I'm hoping he fixed the issue with cargo dropping right through the bed like it's not there. Oh man, I should have come up here, but I can do this and this and this and this. Bring that over here, so I'm not trying to go through the woods over here. And then, well, there ain't no way but to just bust the trees and go for it. Let's do this shit with the Kraz 2. That's what I should call it. So it's not a Kenny, it's a Kraz 2. Actually, the Kraz is more stable on rough terrain than this thing. And I like the way the axles are set up on the Kraz better. It takes away that point where you could get high center. Delivered to the parking by the house. I don't think we're gonna get into doing anything like that, but yeah, that's the total fucking wrong direction. I'll grab it later when I'm doing jobs. I could drag it down to the bottom of the hill, but fuck it. I gotta keep moving. The clock's not gonna stop ticking just because I want it to. See, in the snow here, those mud tires, with those big mud tires, would be fine. But you get out on the asphalt, or you go over some slick rock, like that right there, or this right here that I don't need to be up on top of. That's where you need ice traction. I'm not going through there. That's supposed to be the road, or the trail, or the snail trail, or the tractor path, or footpath, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But what I call it is, screw that, I'm not going there. Did this one. I gotta do Apex. Let me look at that. Looks like I gotta go up through the trees here and climb the mountain. I might as well bring my trailer up that far. It'll limit how far I have to come back for it. But, you know, more often I drop it and unhook it, that takes some time too. Oh, look at this shit. It's not gonna hook up. There, I might have it. Trailer is too far away. Well, can't get under the damn thing. Look how low it is. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh. Maybe I'll take it up the hill with me versus doing all this bullshit again. It's on, and I think it's staying there. I don't want to keep doing that bullshit. So I'll have to make a bigger U-turn to come back down the hill. Hell, I've hauled cargo over the tops of hills like this. Is that that looks like a nice place to go up. On the map, it looks too rocky. Like there's no spot between the boulders, but there's a path through here. Oh boy. Maybe there's not. Oh, it's just those big ones right there. We get over those, we got it made. No problem. Except tracking, close, handbrake, back up, and get out of here. I bet we could go straight down. There's 3 things on that. The SUV, a cabin, a trailer cabin, and another cabin. A trailer cabin? That's interesting. So I'm not on my waypoint exactly, but I'm gonna have to do... Whoa, yeah, that's trees. I have to do something to go around these boulders, left or right, and I'm closer to this side because of the way the trees were pushing me around. Ended up closer to this side. That's a bad place to hit a pole. So I could have come down right where that little tree is in the gap. But we're here. Let's keep moving. Burning daylight, they say. Third gear is too high for that deep snow. So this is getting the fort jobs in the center of the map, and the Kraz Chabors is going all the way around the outside. Yep, this will take me straight to... No. I gotta be over here. So I gotta go down this hill. Good thing I looked. You know what I should do? It looks like there's a passage between the boulders there. I don't want to be on this side. Well, no, because I want to go back over here at the end. So right here looks like a nice passage through the boulder, through the mountain there. Let's see if reality is anything close to what the map looks like. Dang trees, lifting my whole truck up in the air, keeping my wheels off the ground. Look at that, dead spot on. Don't get much better, except tracking close. 2 wooden plank, 1 spare part. That's pretty much a theme for these landslides. I'd like to get back over here so I could go down here and then make my way over here. That means U-turn and straight back up. Or I could go come across here. But that's a much longer distance through the shit. We'll see. There's a place to turn around. I see a big field or big open area. We go right back up the hill. Be nice if this had rear steering. It would turn tighter. This is where the trees were fucking with me. And the trees are still fucking with me. So, make a little detour. That was the only really bad spot where there was some boulders. This in exactly the same place where the trees were being a pain in the ass. But you guys are probably laughing that enjoying that I had some trouble with the trees. Because I used the tree mod and you guys don't have it, unfortunately. I wish you guys could get it. If you have a PC, you can get it. If you have the know-how to do a manual installation, you can get it. But console can't have it. Let's see. Go for the far one and just drag the trailer over the K-rails. You know, I could just switch to the Kraz right now and get this thing over to where I need it on my own time when I'm not burning up the clock. Oh fuck, we're here. I just want to double check the route. Yeah, we're fine. All the way up to here, where we'll go down the hill. I don't want to pass up that spot and have to go any further than necessary. Oh, this, I know I'm burning time, but this is a terrible place to try to come across. Whew. It looks all right now, but go out there and drive on it. You can actually go across the rocks right there where the two sides connect. That's an easier route than trying to go through all that mud. It looks, it's okay. It's snow. It looks like snow right now. The second you drive on it, it's a big frickin' mud hole. This looks like a nice little valley right here. Nice little valley. Take some of the bumps out of the road. Go around the boulder. We're at least halfway there at this point. Boy, it really hits some rocks hard. The Kraz Chvors just seems to roll right over him. Although, you know, that's not a blanket statement. There's big boulders that will give it trouble, and there's little boulders that'll give it trouble. Like it tipped over yesterday on rocks no bigger than these. I needed to take off some speed to make this turn. The steering wasn't responding. It was just sliding. Go, baby, go. There's fifth. There's a 10-wheel slide, a 10-wheel drift. I believe going up this embankment will get me where I want, but let's take a look. Yeah, that's the place that I always go up. Just wanted to double check. I can't trust my memory. Now I think I gotta turn left. Yeah, baby. Didn't set the brake. It's pretty obvious that I needed to turn left when I see a building in front of me. Make a swing into the yard and then switch to the did I get this already? Yeah. And switch to the Kraz. Stop right there. No. I said right there. All right, perfect. Pull in, load up, back out. Or whip a U-wing. I'll shut this off. We're 40 minutes in to do that shit. Oh my God. Kraz Chabars. Let's haul ass. one is all-wheel drive. If I go through, I need to get Barefoot Cobbler anyways. So come in, get Barefoot Cobbler, go out the back, go down this road, and I got quid pro quo by the balls. And then the upgrade. And then swing around closer to heading, and so on and so forth. So first thing I'm going to do is back this up a little bit so I can make a wide swing. That was not on the ground there during the public test. The road, in fact, there was a trail that kept going further that way. Right where that sign is sitting. So they must be attempting to cut off your shortcut. Let's see if they changed the recipe on this. Trigger. Left trigger. 2 rolls, 1 beam. Nope, that's the same. Good to see that. Of course, further down, I mean, what is it, Cosmodrome or Chernobyl-Kamensk? In order to make metal beams, you got to have small pipe to make medium pipe, and then the medium pipe has to be coupled with metal rolls to finally get metal beams. It's a pain in the freaking ass. But anyways, we're moving on down the road. Let's figure out where we're moving on now. Oh, that's right. Right down to the bottom of the hill for Barefoot Cobbler. Or not Barefoot Cobbler. Quid pro quo. And the trailer for Quid pro quo is already loaded and sitting there. But it's one of those piece of crap 4-spot dollies that tips over if you just look at it sideways. Although I delivered it on the public test server without dumping it, I went slow and careful. There are a couple kind of hairy spots, but it didn't have to go too awful far. I think all I had to do was come back up the hill with it. I don't remember. Doing shit on the PTS seems like a long time ago, when I know I was just on there a few days ago. I remember using that lumber mill there to do jobs. There's the trailer, and here's the job. Except tracking clues. Delivered to the local resident's house. Yep, I'll get to that someday. bridges, rock slides, any sort of logistical obstruction first. Access to location, anything access to location is important. Now everybody take a picture. That's where the upgrade is. Actually, I grabbed the same upgrade back on the PTS. Everything I'm doing, I'm duplicating from the PTS. Which is why I was kind of grumpy about doing this stuff on the public test server, because I personally would just soon, you know, maybe take a little peek at it so I know what to expect, but then just leave it alone until it goes live, and then spend time doing it. It's down below. Now that I see that, I remember. Gotta swing in down here. Didn't remember that until I was pulling up to the cliff. See, it'd be nice to be able to remember little things like that. I could do it right the first time. Come on, get over the tree so I can make my swing. I'm gonna have to back up. I was on top of that tree when I needed to be turning left. Oh, I'd like to be a little more on this side. There we go. Knock that one down and then go around this one. And keep swinging. Man, it's well hidden back in here. Get upgraded. Raise suspension for the Con 317 Sentinel. That'll be nice. All right. I think just turn left. You know, that don't look like a bad track out of here. Where does that go? Oh, it goes up the mountainside. That's probably how you're supposed to get in. Follow this road. up over this flat rock and then drop down onto that rock and then get back on the hill side and come down like this and then go back out same way around. That's probably what you're supposed to do. Or you could cut through here, but you still have to mow down trees where this is pretty wide open. But anyways, we're the truck's not moving. So let's get going to closer to heaven. Let me mark this way out. See, on this truck, it's just like 5 axles right in a row. You don't have a big opening, any big openings between the axles. Got a little one where the fuel tank is. I'm out. Gotta turn left. I wanted to finish it up today, popping all the jobs. Ain't gonna happen. Doing those force center jobs took too much time. I gotta go in here for this one. Ah, it just popped up. If it had popped up a second ago, that would have been nice. Except, why did it take me to the map? Show task, accept, close. Right. I think I hit the wrong button first time around. I think I hit A to accept before I'd even opened it. I was getting ahead of myself. I gotta go down the hill. Through the swamp and all that. Maybe take a look at Northern Aegis and see if it's open or closed. I suspect it's closed. We already got for hard to reach places. So our next jobs to get are on this side of bridges that don't exist. I have to come, well, I can go out to the island across and then across again right here. I know that water's shallow enough because I did it yesterday when I was grabbing watchtowers. And I ended up grabbing bottoms up and figuring out the Cosmodrome gateway was closed. That might have actually been on the first episode. So all I've got, I'm at 56 minutes. And all I need to do is get the truck over here. You guys have seen me on a prior episode. Come down the hill, get the job, go around the bridge, across here. You know, it's just at that time I was popping watchtowers and I was making my way for the Cosmodrome gateway thinking I would cross. I wasn't running around in here getting jobs. So now I have to go back. I think I'll get to the Northern Aegis gateway and we'll call it an episode there. So down into here. I don't like to, I would quit right now, but I don't like to leave it just sitting on the road in the countryside. That's not how you should end an episode. You should, in my mind, get to a goal or a point or set a goal. I'm gonna get to here and then we'll call it a day. Come on, stay to the right. My thumb was slipping off the stick. This thing might not hit top speed going through shit like this, but it goes through it. She just keeps on a trucking. I know, I talk about my crabs all the time. But I try to mix in some other trucks once in a while. Like I was using the Kenny today. Oh, I should have noticed that it was in trying to go through deep mud in third. It's just lighten up the tires. Clutch it down to first and slows the wheel speed down. And there she goes. We've done this before. I think this is the third time I've come down this hill in 3 videos. I think we're up to more than that now, but you know what I mean. I think this is number 4, and there was one video that I didn't come down that hill. Hey, this is open. What do you know about that? Should we travel to Northern Aegis and open up that map in the next episode? Then come back and fix this shit? Start doing these jobs? I think we should travel. Start the next episode with opening up Northern Aegis. It's a small map. I could easily open it up in one episode. Hell, I did Urska River in one episode. I mean, popping the watchtowers. Although I don't think Northern Aegis has much in the way of watchtowers. I don't think it has any. I don't know. I don't remember, and I don't trust my memory. Here we are. Oh, it has watchtowers. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, yeah. Later in the game, we'll have to come down to this corner to pick stuff up, deliver stuff. All the jobs on this map are hauling stuff in or hauling stuff out. Let me close that and get off the gateway. I thought on the public test server, the second you went through the gateway, no, never mind. I'm confusing this with one of my custom scenarios. Never mind. On Best Friends, when you go to Tima through the gateway, as soon as you're through the gateway, there's a base right in front of you. I don't think this map has a garage, so it's just a matter of hitting the watchtowers and getting out of here. But it'll probably still take a full episode. Time's a burning, man. Hour 5, just sitting here chatting. Alright. We're good. Now that's a place to leave the episode. There's a fuel tanker over there. Made it to Northern Aegis. And we'll pick up here in the next one and we'll go pop some watchtowers and then boot it back over to Urska. Maybe do these watchtowers and the last couple jobs on Urska in the same episode, maybe. Maybe. All right, see you next time. Thanks for watching.